What's up, guys? It's been a little while. It's Molecular Jeff here with Molecular Shave. And we've got a fun little shave setup today. It's going to be my first time using Sago base with the Explorer, which this was gifted to me by El Guapo on Instagram. It's a good scent. It's nice and fresh. Citrus Woods Vetiver. It's a very fresh boy scent. And then we're going to pair it up with the Strike Gold Shaves Camp David because that's also kind of fruity, with woody notes, being a mix of Lost Cherry and Aventus. So if that sounds good, stick around. We'll go ahead and get into that. We've got a Schick dial, and this is an M1, one of the originals. I bought this in a nice lot of razors that I didn't pay very much money for. And we've got that Sago all up inside this knot here because we're going to do a face lather. And this is a Smiles for Miles brush. It's got a 22 millimeter Manchurian that's slightly gelled with the old school Smiles for Miles coin there. That makes 5 coins out of 6 brushes that I have. And this is just an absolute beauty of a brush. It's called Hawaii. It goes nice with this scent. So we're going to go ahead and get into that. Let's wet down the neck. Grab the old cube here. Slap a little bit of that stuff on. And I'm going to grab my glasses. Wait for them to defog a little bit here. We can go ahead and lather while they're defogging. And I'm going to grab some of this lather because I built or loaded the brush in a bowl because I do not like to load off the puck. I have a lot of soaps, and it could just be a myth, but I also don't like having to leave them open overnight, and things of that nature aren't anything that sounds fun to me. So we're not going to go ahead and deal with that. So I just scoop what I want into a bowl and load my brush up from the bowl without trying to build any sort of lather action. And as you can see, it's still super underhydrated, and we're just getting that thick on. And then we're going to go ahead and spray it. And this is a beautiful little knot. It's not super big. It's quite small, actually. I think it might be the smallest one, if not tied for the smallest one in my collection. I've heard some people say they've had issues with this base. I'm not a prevalent face latherer, and I don't seem to be having too much of an issue. In fact, I think it's lifting up quite nicely and quite easily. It's taking hydration nicely. The knot feels great. Alright. The glasses are officially defogged. We're going to go ahead and crank the dial on this up some to a 5. Because this is a fairly mild razor, in my own personal opinion. So I like to have it cranked up, especially on my head. I'll probably crank it all the way up. I thought this Sago was fairly easy to whip up, in my opinion. Um, it didn't take much effort at all. Um, and the lather's quite nice. Very slick, which we all know for me is the most important part. Slick and shiny, and it's super shiny. Super slick. I will be buying more from Heather and Zingari Man. I don't know what's taken me so long to get some and how a gift had to be what put me there, but I enjoy it. The scent is nice. It's not super strong, but it's super good. I'm just checking my beard line. It takes me a minute, so give me a second, but I like having a clean line, and most people would say that my beard is usually quite nice, and that's looking great. So we're gonna go ahead and spray a little bit of moisture on the face, spread this lather that accumulated under back up as a base layer, and we're gonna go ahead and build our second lather up. Oh yeah, there's still plenty of juice in this brush. I'm gonna shave my head too, so I loaded fairly heavy. Get a little moisture. This brush sprays real nice, even though it's a little tiny brush. Overall performance is great. I'm digging the feel. Digging the feel a lot. Here we go. Almost time for a little bit of a cleanup trim. On the beard. Bust out the old clippers. And just do a little maintenance on the split ends, and just making sure everything's nice and even. Alright, I'm going to take this little bit of water here and just spread that down. and see if we need to do any buffing, which it doesn't really feel like it, maybe a little here and there. We'll go ahead and do that real quick. And I know it looks like there's a ghost lather, but believe it or not, there's plenty. Plenty of slickness there. Tattoos are looking fresh. All right, that is it for the throat portion of the shave, and now we're going to do the top of the beard line and the head for you guys. If you want to stick around and check that out, if not, you know, hit that fast forward button and play around in there, see what you can get. All right. Cool. Take these puppies off for a second. Quick line up on the cheeks here. Just gonna follow this line with my finger here. Like that, and we'll do the same thing on this side. Sorry you can't see it. Here we go. We're gonna go a little bit more on this side. Got a little overzealous on it. Alright, a little on the finger. Perfect. And we're just going to go ahead and hit that real quick. So then we can go ahead and just start the shave. And not have to worry about that. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Sweet. Now that that's done, we can just have a smooth head shave. Try to keep this video under 30 minutes. I only 2 pass on my head, so we should be able to make that. You know, and I heard somebody say the other day that you should run your hand on the cube and then use your hand to build the lather or rub it onto your skin or whatever to save the cube. But I'm like, the cube costs $10 and it already lasts a practical eternity. So why would I want to use less or save money on it or whatever? I don't know. To each their own, I guess. A little too much water there. Buff it out, it'll be okay. Oop. Sorry if I'm being a little quiet right quick. I'm just trying to make sure I get a good lather. Here we go. Pink. And I'm going to go ahead and bust it wide open on there. Oh, going the wrong way. I think. No, that's closed. Okay, so you see how the bar there is where it is, and then you turn this and the bar drops. So we're going to put it wide open. Got to find that cut so I don't reopen it. Honestly, I can't feel it, so I'm not worried about it. I find this particular, there it is. I find this particular razor extremely forgiving. Yet it also takes off beautiful amount of stubble per pass. I'm only going to do 2 passes and it'll be BBS, trust me. I'll give you a close-up so you can see how good of a shave I get with a Schick on the head. I actually got beautifully BBS on my throat here too. I got a couple tiny little weepers, but nothing that I'm really concerned about. Never have any clogging issues. Nothing like that. And I find the efficiency on the adjustable to beat the any of the non-adjustable ones that I've tried. I haven't tried that 500 that everybody calls the Golden Goat though. I do have a Schick Olympic handle, but it needs some more deep cleaning to get it where I would like it to be. Before I'm willing to load a blade into it. And possibly catch something from the 80s or some Hep C from some old blood or something. You know, you got to make sure that stuff's all super clean before you use it. That was awkward. All right. Beautiful smooth strokes. I really like this razor. I would say this would be my favorite razor in this platform. I'd be interested in trying the Parker. Adjustable. just because it's a little heavier than this, in my opinion. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just a little heavier duty. So I'd like to try it and see what it's all about. I would say this and probably the 1912 Ever Ready that I have are probably my two favorite. And then the Winning razor would be my favorite DE that I own personally. I do like my Slim for vintage, but it gets me sometimes. And I seem to just get really good shaves with SE razors. I love them. I wish more people would come out with some more SEs. That would be awesome for me. And I know a lot of other people like SEs too, so I know there is some, but they're all quite expensive, and they're either gem or artist club, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I would like to see some modern day Schick injectors. That would be sweet. Such a fun little brush. All right, here we go. I also really enjoy a good Schick shave on the head. Because I find the SE platform to be, I don't know, just more maneuverable, I guess is a good word for it. And I have these lipomas, and they get cut pretty easy. So you have to do some quick maneuvering and such. And the Schicks seem to do a good job of still getting the hairs off in that area without cutting me. Without having to pay, you know, absolutely the most close attention in the world. I also find it super good for getting by the ears, which is a trouble spot for me. I tend to leave some hairs behind on accident on the ears on occasion. Give you the old patent. Back of the head shot there. A few more swipes and this shave is in the books. Oh boy, I was like, what is that? A little buffing on the back here. And we're smooth. Alright guys, what a wonderful shave. Grabbing the beautiful black sheep towel from Lancaster. Hendrix has some pretty cool towels coming out soon that I'm going to check out as soon as they drop, that look a good bit similar to the black sheep. I don't know if they're wool or not, but I do know that these are wonderful. Alright, all we got to do is hit it with a splash, and that'll be the shave. And we made it in under 30 minutes, which is what I wanted to do, which isn't bad for a head and beard trim. Slight burn off the Strike Gold shave splash, but nothing too bad. That's a nice scent too, guys. Not super strong, but beautiful. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for joining you, and as always, love, peace, and chicken grease. And make sure you check out Splay Time this Sunday with Bill the Wet Shaving Savage as our guest. That'll be 4 p.m. on Instagram at the Splay Time Shave Show. Keep it easy, guys.